Welcome back to another Sunday walk video. Unfortunately, I'm being rained out, so I can't walk. It's actually, if you take a look, it's raining quite hard. I thought it would die down, but it is not dying down, so I'll have to do this in my car. Regardless, there are some major things I want to talk about. One major event to look forward to this week that could definitely move our markets. Actually, two events. I forgot, there's two major events. And also, I want to talk about Bitcoin and the entire crypto market cap and what I'm seeing right now. And you don't want to miss this. First things first, yesterday's video actually did quite well in terms of subs. A lot of you guys, I believe, are new. You're starting to hear more about Bitcoin and crypto and stable coins at favorable regulations. So if you're curious about how to build a portfolio, yesterday's video will guide you, and it's interesting because I used AI and ChatGPT. I think did a pretty good job, although I made some corrections, right? So if you didn't watch it, make sure you do so. But I did notice the sub count on that was unusually high, so it does show to me that a lot of you guys are new and wanting to learn more, which is great. But next week, what two things should we look out for? Number one, the big FOMC meeting that's coming up. So right now, basically, there's a 0% chance for a cut. However, Trump recently visited the Fed, put more pressure on Powell, and he says he thinks Powell's ready to cut. Other Fed presidents have come out and said they think it's ready to cut. Right now, the percentage for a cut is still near zero, but who knows? With all this pressure, maybe Powell gives in and says we're going to cut. That would be huge. Even if he doesn't cut, people are going to listen to what he says. If he comes off like saying, okay, for the remainder of this year, we're going to cut, and it's coming, and he's just giving a brighter picture of a lot of cuts, and maybe he changes from 2 cuts to 3, or he says maybe the next cut in September will be bigger than usual. Anything like that will be very, very positive indeed. So that's one major event. Leading up to it, we may have some volatility a day before and a day of. We always get some volatility, but it could be good. Another thing that a lot of people don't realize is last week, it was reported that Bitwise's 10 crypto ETF, futures-based ETF, was going to be converted to spot. And then the SEC said yes, and then put on hold. But the deadline for that is the end of this month. So the SEC may change his mind and say, okay, even after the hold, we thought about it, we're going to approve it. It could happen. So there's a good likely chance of that happening. So that is also coming up this week. So I think that's at the very end of this week. The FOMC meeting, I think it's Wednesday. So so these are two major things. Also, something that was just announced right now that can definitely make tomorrow's markets favorable is we just made a deal with the EU. The US and the EU made a big deal, and it seems like it's very favorable towards the US side, kind of like the deal with all these deals that's been made. The Japan deal was pretty good for the US. The UK deal was really good for the US. Vietnam and China, decent, but this EU deal seems like really good. US stuff going to EU, 0% tariff. Stuff coming in, 15% tariff. And then also they promised to invest into a lot of things, hundreds of billions. I think overall adding to over $1 trillion. And they're going to open up the playing field for American-based cars and goods. Seem like it's a really good deal. Really good deal. And that can make markets very green tomorrow as well. So this week, we got some good stuff happening that could definitely move markets upward, which is really good. But the Bitwise conversion FOMC meeting could really drive just the crypto part up majorly. The Bitwise one is more crypto related. FOMC, you know, if it's favorable, it's going to be good all around for stocks and for crypto. So it's not just crypto. All right. So those are the things to look forward to this week. And in my opinion, I think they're going to be all very favorable. I think even if Powell does not cut, he's going to have more dovish tone or message in the Q&A. I think this week is going to be really good. Okay. Outside of these, what else is there? Well, Bitcoin right now is strong as ever. It's at 119, and we're $3,000 away from all-time high, and it just keeps on creeping up, creeping up, creeping up. So I think last week we had a shakeout. We cleared out a lot of longs. I told you guys that. The alts, same thing, cleared out the longs, liquidity reset. So I think this week we're ready. Bitcoin is right back up. So hopefully you guys have been DCing, have not been falling for the traps. And alts are coming back up majorly. There's a few that I'm looking at. Number one, Ethereum is above 3,800. It's about to breach 3,900 and get back to 4,000, which I think is a big psychological level. Kind of like when Bitcoin broke 100,000, Ethereum back above 4,000, I think psychologically is a huge milestone, and it brings us back to our November levels. And Ethereum is the one that I think has been leading altcoin season because BlackRock's inflow on Ethereum has been higher than Bitcoin for over a week now. That's significant. Ethereum's all-time high is like 4,800. So if Ethereum breaks 4,000, it could head up, you know, to 4,800 pretty quickly and make a new high above 5,000. So that's one I'm looking at, Ethereum, and a lot of Ethereum related dApps like Uniswap and Lido, Ethnia. These guys have been blowing up. Ethnia is up like almost 100%, but you got a lot of these that have moved up 30-40% in a week, even though last week we did have a little shakeout, but a lot of them have recovered very quickly and have gone even higher. So that's number one. Number two, Sui. Sui is blowing up. It's at like 430 right now, heading to 440. Next stop could be $5. Okay, it goes to show you that there are a lot of really strong movers. The momentum is with them, and this is what's carrying altcoin season. You need a few of these to really, you need them to fuel the rally. You need them to kind of carry the entire market. So Sui's doing that right now. It's one of the ones I mentioned yesterday, right, in the crypto portfolio. I actually disagree with AI. I thought there should be a heavier allocation towards Sui, and I've been a big fan of them. I've been talking about them. They've been making a lot of big moves recently, but glad to see them continue to push forward. They're another big one, but obviously all the big cap alts are still climbing up. Some are still like lagging. I would say like Solana's lagging, but it broke 200 a couple weeks ago. I think it'll get back up, and then if it continues forward, it could be back to its previous high of 260 in no time, especially as memes get hot. A lot of these memes are getting hot. Like Bonk, for example, went up like 100% in a single month. So as memes heat up, and then the dApps on Solana heat up, Solana itself is going to blow up too. But overall, all these big caps gaining strength, what does it equal? Well, Bitcoin dominance is still heading down. Even though we kind of dipped to, we dipped to a level 60, and it seemed like that was a very oversold level for Bitcoin dominance. And then we went up a little bit, but now if you look at it, we're heading right back down. We're back to 61%, and it looks like we could continue down further. So anyways, as for altcoin season, I'm going to declare it. I think we are in altcoin season. It's been a couple weeks. I said I want to hold out. I want to wait for confirmation. I really think we are. Okay. The fact that Bitcoin dominance continues to go down, we're starting to see a lot of these alts really gain strength and getting close to their 2021 high and ready to break through. Plus all the favorable stuff that's happening in the space with regulations, with the macro environment like rate cuts coming up, ETF pending, pending ETFs getting approved. It's looking good. I don't know. I feel bullish. I hope you guys do too. Hopefully, most of you guys have stuck in it and have been DCAing, because I see great things for the entire market, and it's really encouraging now. I know I focused so much on Bitcoin for so long, and I'm still going to continue to do so, but it's really encouraging that the alts are finally gaining strength and finally catching up, and soon may even break into their new highs. And same thing with memes too. Memes have been decimated for like basically 7 months of this year, but they're starting to come back, and once they get hot, they're gonna get really hot, and they're gonna pull a lot of things upwards with them. So I'm very excited, very bullish, and I think this week could be even better. Tonight, it'll be interesting to see if Europe or Asia FOMO's in. Asia is really mixed. Sometimes they FOMO, sometimes they don't. But OTC market is at a really low point. Last time I checked out a stat about OTC market, we were back to like 2017 or 2016 levels. So this is the reason why Bitcoin continues to tick up. All these ETF inflows, all these sailor buys, and all these things are adding up. And ETH, same thing. BlackRock is buying hundreds of millions per week now, into the billions now, I should say. It's going to have effect. It's going to pull things upwards. So smash the like, subscribe to the channel, guys. If you didn't check out my video yesterday, make sure you do so. It's a good starting point, but I'll make more introductory videos because I think there's more people coming into the space. So I'll try to do more like guides, I guess, so to speak. I think a lot of you guys would enjoy that. Outside of that, hey, make sure you still check out CryptosRUs.com. All the tools on there, the dashboards. You can join the Discord. Bootcamp is going to start again next month. Merchandise, there's a lot of great things. So stay strong, my friends. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, take care. Bye-bye.